Deep within a land untouched by time lay the Whispering Woods. Sunlight dripped through the leaves, painting the forest floor in dappled light. The air hummed with the music of nature, rustling leaves, babbling brooks and birdsong filling every corner. It was a place of magic where trees whispered secrets to the wind and every creature held a spark of wonder. This was no ordinary forest. The Whispering Woods were alive with enchantment. Flowers bloomed in every color imaginable, their petals holding the light of 1,000 sunsets. Tiny mushrooms glowed with an inner luminescence, lighting the forest paths at night. The very air shimmered with unseen energy, making the impossible feel possible. Fern was a young fox with a spirit as bright as the morning sun. Her fur was the color of autumn leaves, her tail tipped with white. She possessed an unquenchable thirst for adventure and could often be found exploring the hidden paths of the Whispering Woods. Her companion, Oliver, was an old owl with eyes that held the wisdom of 1,000 moons. Oliver lived high up in the canopy of the great oak, a tree so ancient it had witnessed the birth of the forest itself. He had seen countless seasons come and go, his feathers bearing the marks of time. But despite his age, Oliver remained sharp and sprightly, always ready to guide Fern with his gentle wisdom. One morning, Fern awoke to an unsettling silence. The usual symphony of the forest was gone, replaced by an eerie stillness. The leaves hung heavy and still, the streams flowed without a sound, and the birdsong had been silenced. A shadow seemed to have fallen over the Whispering Woods, dimming their vibrant light. Fern raced through the trees, her heart pounding with worry. She reached Oliver's home in the great oak, her breath coming in short, panicked gasps. "Fern! Oliver, wake up! Something is terribly wrong. The music of the forest, it's gone!" Oliver opened one sleepy eye, then the other. He had never known the forest to be so quiet. He tilted his head, listening intently. The only sound was the beating of Fern's heart against the silence. "Oliver, something is indeed amiss," he hooted, his voice deep with concern. "We must find the source of this silence," Oliver declared, spreading his broad wings. "Come, Fern, the heart of the woods is calling." And so, the unlikely pair set off on their quest. Fern raced ahead, her sharp senses alert to every whisper in the wind, while Oliver soared above, his keen eyes scanning the forest floor. They journeyed past familiar landmarks, the babbling brook now eerily silent, the meadow where butterflies no longer danced. An unnatural stillness hung heavy in the air, pressing down on them like a suffocating blanket. As they ventured deeper, they encountered other worried creatures. A family of deer huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. A squirrel trembling on a branch, unable to chatter its usual greeting. The silence had affected everyone. Finally, they reached the heart of the Whispering Woods, a place where ancient magic pulsed strong. There, in the center of a clearing, lay a magnificent crystal, its surface once vibrant and glowing, now dull and lifeless. The source of the silence. "The crystal of harmony," whispered Oliver, his voice filled with sadness. "It's losing its light. Without its magic, the forest will wither and die." Fern cautiously approached the crystal, her heart aching at its dimness. She reached out a tentative paw and touched its surface. In that instant, a jolt of energy surged through her, a wave of sadness and despair. The forest wasn't just silent, it was hurting. "We have to help it," she whispered, her voice filled with determination. "But how?" Oliver observed the crystal, his wise eyes filled with thought. "The forest thrives on love and respect," he said. "Perhaps what it needs now is a gentle touch." Fern understood. She closed her eyes and thought of all the things she loved about the forest, the warmth of the sun on her fur, the sweet scent of wildflowers, the comforting sound of Oliver's hoots. She poured all her love and appreciation into the crystal. As if in answer, Oliver began to sing. His voice, usually deep and resonant, was now soft and melodic, a lullaby of comfort and hope. The sound vibrated through the clearing, wrapping around the crystal like a warm embrace. Slowly, color returned to the crystal. It began to pulse with a faint light, growing stronger with every note from Oliver's song and every ounce of love from Fern's heart. As the crystal's light intensified, the forest came alive. The leaves rustled in the breeze, the stream gurgled happily, and a lone bird began to sing. Soon the forest was filled once more with the music of life, even more beautiful than before. Fern and Oliver watched in amazement as the forest was reborn. The experience had changed them both. Fern had discovered the power of love and compassion, while Oliver had been reminded of the importance of hope and resilience. They returned to their familiar haunts, their hearts lighter than the feathers on Oliver's wings. The forest had been saved, but the experience had taught them a valuable lesson. From that day forward, Fern and Oliver shared the story of the crystal of harmony with every creature in the Whispering Woods. They taught them about the importance of caring for their home, of treating every living thing with respect, and of always appreciating the magic that surrounded them. The Whispering Woods, in turn, continued to thrive, a testament to the power of friendship, love, and a little bit of magic.